Have you ever caught your cat staring intently at an empty corner of your house? Or perhaps you've noticed your feline friend acting strangely, as if it's protecting you from something invisible? What if I told you that there's more to this mysterious behavior than meets the eye? Today, we're about to uncover an extraordinary secret, a piece of wisdom that Pope John Paul II discovered about cats. This revelation might completely change the way you see your furry companion. Imagine for a moment that your cat isn't just a pet, but a guardian of the unseen world. Pope John Paul II, one of the most beloved and influential figures in the Catholic Church, had a unique connection with animals, but there was something special about his relationship with cats. He perceived in them a characteristic that few of us notice, a gift that sets them apart from any other creature. According to accounts from those close to the Pope, cats would often appear during the most challenging moments of his life. It was as if these felines were sent to protect him from invisible spiritual battles. But why cats specifically? What's the connection between these animals and the spiritual realm? The testimonies of those who lived and worked with Pope John Paul II reinforce this mystery. They speak of a grey cat that would inexplicably appear in his private chambers during times of great tribulation. It was as if this cat was a guardian, a presence that preceded important events in the Pope's life. John Paul II believed that animals were reflections of God's glory, and that cats, in particular, had the ability to perceive spiritual presences. He thought they protected homes and people against negative influences. In his writings, there are records suggesting that cats could intercede spiritually, helping in the recovery of the sick and acting as sentinels between the visible and the invisible. But the Pope's revelations don't stop there. He observed that a cat's behavior in a home isn't random. If it sleeps next to you, it's not just seeking warmth, but creating a protective shield around you. If it insists on staying by windows or doors, it's guarding entry points from external energies. If it follows you from room to room, it might be absorbing negative energies and helping in your spiritual purification. As we delve deeper into this fascinating topic, prepare to see your cat in a whole new light. Could it be that your feline companion is more than just a pet? Could it be a spiritual protector sent to guard you against unseen forces? Stay with us as we unravel this mystery and explore the profound spiritual connection between humans and cats, as revealed by Pope John Paul II. Let's take a moment to understand why this revelation about cats is so important and how it can impact your life. Pope John Paul II's insights into the spiritual nature of cats weren't just random observations. They were based on years of personal experiences and deep spiritual reflection. Throughout history, cats have been revered in many cultures. From ancient Egypt to medieval Europe, these mysterious creatures have always held a special place in human society. But why? What makes them so unique? Pope John Paul II believed he had found the answer. According to the Pope's observations, cats possess a unique ability to perceive and interact with the spiritual realm. This isn't just about seeing ghosts or spirits. It's about a deeper, more profound connection to the unseen forces that shape our world. Think about it. Have you ever felt an inexplicable sense of calm when your cat curls up next to you? Or maybe you've noticed your cat seeming to react to something you can't see or hear. Pope John Paul II suggested that these moments aren't coincidences. He believed that cats are attuned to spiritual energies in a way that humans simply aren't. It's as if they have a sixth sense, allowing them to detect and respond to things beyond our perception. But why does this matter to you? Well, if the Pope's observations are correct, it means that the cat in your home isn't just a pet. It's a spiritual companion, a guardian that's been placed in your life for a reason. This idea can completely transform your relationship with Your feline friend. Imagine looking at your cat and realizing that it might be actively working to protect you from negative energies. Or consider the possibility that when your cat chooses to spend time with you, it's not just seeking affection, but also offering spiritual support. This perspective invites us to see our homes and our lives in a new light. If cats are indeed spiritual guardians, then our living spaces become more than just physical shelters. They become spiritual sanctuaries, protected and purified by the presence of these remarkable animals. Of course, this doesn't mean that every cat behavior has a deep spiritual meaning. Cats are still animals with natural instincts and needs. But Pope John Paul II's insights encourage us to look beyond the surface and consider the possibility of a deeper spiritual dimension to our relationship with these creatures. As we continue to explore this fascinating topic, we'll delve into specific ways that cats might be influencing our spiritual well-being. We'll look at how different cat behaviors might be interpreted from this spiritual perspective, and we'll consider what it means for our daily lives if we're sharing our homes with these spiritual guardians. Remember, this isn't about turning cats into objects of worship. It's about recognizing and appreciating the potential spiritual role they play in our lives. It's about opening our minds to the possibility that there's more to our feline companions than we've previously realized. So as we move forward, keep an open mind. Observe your cat with new eyes. You might be surprised at what you discover about your furry friend and about yourself. Se esse tema já está te fazendo refletir, aproveite para se inscrever no canal e continuar recebendo conteúdos transformadores como esse. Now let's dive deeper into Pope John Paul II's revelations about cats and their spiritual significance. The Pope believed that cats have a unique role in the spiritual realm, acting as guardians and protectors in ways we might not fully understand. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Pope's observations was the idea that cats can sense and react to spiritual energies. He noted that cats often behave differently in places of worship or during times of prayer. It's as if they can perceive the sacred atmosphere, sometimes becoming more calm and attentive. Pope John Paul II also spoke about the cat's purr. He believed that this soothing sound wasn't just a sign of contentment, but a form of spiritual healing. The Pope suggested that when a cat purrs near a person who is ill or distressed, it might be offering more than just comfort. It could be channeling divine healing energy. But it's not just about healing. The Pope observed that cats seem to have an uncanny ability to position themselves in places where they can best protect their human companions. Have you ever noticed your cat sitting at the foot of your bed while you sleep, or perhaps perching on a windowsill as if standing guard? According to Pope John Paul II, these behaviors might be your cat actively shielding you from negative spiritual influences. The Pope's teachings also touched on the idea that cats might be able to see beings or energies that are invisible to human eyes. This could explain why cats sometimes appear to be staring at empty spaces or reacting to unseen stimuli. Rather than dismissing these behaviors as odd or meaningless, the Pope encouraged people to consider that their cats might be interacting with the spiritual world. Interestingly, Pope John Paul II noted that the presence of a cat in a home seemed to have a calming effect on the entire household. He believed that cats could help to balance and harmonize the spiritual energies of a living space, creating a more peaceful and positive environment for everyone. The Pope also spoke about the special bond that can form between a person and their cat. He suggested that this bond goes beyond simple companionship and enters the realm of spiritual connection. In his view, when a cat chooses to be with a particular person, it might be responding to that individual's spiritual needs or offering protection during challenging times. One of the most profound aspects of the Pope's teachings on cats was the idea that these animals might serve as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. He believed that by observing and learning from our feline companions, we could gain insights into the unseen aspects of our existence and deepen our own spiritual awareness. It's important to note that Pope John Paul II didn't see these ideas as contradicting or replacing traditional religious beliefs. Instead, he viewed them as complementary insights that could enrich our understanding of God's creation and the many ways in which divine love and protection might manifest in our lives. As we reflect on these teachings, we're invited to look at our cats with new eyes. Could that stretch and yawn be more than just a physical act? Might your cat's watchful gaze be guarding you in ways you never imagined? These are the questions that Pope John Paul II's revelations encourage us to explore. To truly understand the impact of Pope John Paul II's insights about cats, let's look at some real-life stories that seem to support his beliefs. These accounts come from people who experienced firsthand the mysterious and often miraculous ways cats have influenced their lives. Take the story of Sarah from New York. She had been struggling with severe anxiety and depression for years. One day, a stray cat showed up at her doorstep. Despite not being a cat person, Sarah felt compelled to take it in. She named the cat Grace. Within weeks, Sarah noticed a significant improvement in her mental health. She felt calmer, more grounded, and her anxiety attacks became less frequent. "It's like Grace knows when I'm about to have an anxiety attack," Sarah says. "She'll come and sit on my lap, purring loudly, and I can feel the tension leaving my body." Then there's the account of Father Michael, a priest from a small parish in Ireland. He tells of a mysterious white cat that would appear in the church during times of great community stress or sorrow. This cat would show up out of nowhere, Father Michael recalls. It would sit quietly in the back of the church during services, and people reported feeling a sense of peace and comfort just from its presence. The cat would disappear just as mysteriously as it appeared, only to return when it seemed the community needed it most. Another fascinating story comes from Emily, a hospice nurse in London. She noticed that a particular patient's cat would always curl up next to them in their final hours. "It was uncanny," Emily says. "This cat seemed to know when its owner was close to passing. It would lay there purring softly, bringing comfort not just to the patient, but to the family as well. It was as if the cat was helping to ease the transition between this world and the next." In Australia, John tells of how his cat, Whiskers, saved his life. One night, John woke up to Whiskers pawing at his face and meowing loudly. Annoyed, John tried to go back to sleep, but Whiskers persisted. Finally, John got up and smelled smoke. His house was on fire, and thanks to Whiskers, he was able to escape in time. "I always knew Whiskers was special," John says, "but after that night, I truly believe he's my guardian angel." These stories align with Pope John Paul II's teachings about cats being spiritual protectors and healers. They suggest that our feline friends might indeed have a deeper purpose in our lives than we typically recognize. Even in less dramatic circumstances, many people report feeling a sense of peace and well-being simply from their cat's presence. Lisa from Toronto shares, "Whenever I'm feeling stressed or upset, my cat Milo always seems to know. He'll come and sit with me, and just his presence makes me feel better. It's like he's absorbing my negative energy." These accounts, while anecdotal, paint a picture of cats as more than just pets. They appear as comforters, protectors, and even lifesavers. They seem to have an intuitive understanding of human emotions and needs, often providing support in ways that go beyond what we might expect from an animal. As we reflect on these stories, we're invited to consider our own experiences with cats. Have you ever felt that your cat understood you on a deeper level? Have you experienced moments where your feline friend seemed to offer comfort or protection just when you needed it most? Now that we've explored some real-life experiences, let's look at how you can identify spiritual signs in your own cat's behavior. Pope John Paul II believed that by paying closer attention to our feline companions, we could gain insights into the spiritual realm and our own spiritual well-being. First, observe where your cat likes to spend time in your home. Does it have favorite spots? According to the Pope's teachings, cats are drawn to areas with strong spiritual energy. If your cat consistently sits in a particular corner or by a specific window, it might be guarding that area against negative energies. Pay attention to how you feel in these spots. You might notice a sense of calm or positivity. Next, watch how your cat behaves when you're feeling stressed or unwell. Many cat owners report that their pets become extra affectionate or protective during these times. This could be your cat sensing your emotional or physical distress and attempting to offer spiritual support. If your cat insists on staying close to you during difficult times, it might be trying to shield you from negative influences or provide healing energy. Another sign to look out for is your cat's reaction to new people or environments. Cats are believed to be highly sensitive to spiritual energies. If your cat seems uncomfortable around certain individuals or in specific places, it might be picking up on negative spiritual vibrations. On the flip side, if your cat is unusually drawn to someone, it could indicate that this person has positive energy or might play an important role in your life. Pay attention to your cat's nighttime behavior. Many people report their cats becoming more active or alert at night, especially around 3 a.m. In spiritual traditions, this time is often associated with increased spiritual activity. If your cat seems particularly vigilant during these hours, it might be sensing and responding to spiritual energies. Look out for any sudden changes in your cat's behavior. If your typically calm cat becomes agitated for no apparent reason, or if your usually active cat suddenly becomes very still and focused, it could be reacting to spiritual presences or energies that you can't perceive. The sound and frequency of your cat's purr is another aspect to consider. Pope John Paul II believed that a cat's purr had healing properties. If you notice your cat purring more intensely when you're unwell or upset, it might be attempting to provide spiritual healing. Also, be mindful of your dreams involving your cat. In many spiritual traditions, animals in dreams are seen as messengers. If you frequently dream about your cat, especially in situations where it's protecting or guiding you, this could be a reflection of its spiritual role in your life. Lastly, trust your intuition. Sometimes you might just feel that your cat is more than just a pet. You might sense a deeper connection or feel that your cat understands you on a profound level. These feelings shouldn't be dismissed. They could be signs of the spiritual bond that Pope John Paul II spoke about. Remember, while these signs can be intriguing to observe, they don't diminish the importance of providing proper care for your cat. Your feline friend still needs love, attention, and good health care. The spiritual aspect is an additional layer to your relationship, enhancing the bond you share and potentially offering comfort and protection in ways we're only beginning to understand. By being more aware of these potential spiritual signs, you open yourself up to a deeper, more meaningful relationship with your cat. You might start to see your furry companion not just as a pet, but as a spiritual ally in your life journey. As we delve deeper into Pope John Paul II's revelations about cats, it's important to understand how this knowledge can transform our daily lives and our spiritual journey. The Pope believed that recognizing the spiritual role of cats could lead us to a greater appreciation of God's creation and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Consider for a moment the idea that your cat might be a divine gift, placed in your life for a specific purpose. This perspective can dramatically change how you interact with your feline companion. Each moment spent with your cat becomes an opportunity for spiritual growth and connection. Pope John Paul II often spoke about the importance of being present in the moment and appreciating the small joys in life. Cats, with their ability to find contentment in simple pleasures, can be excellent teachers in this regard. Watching your Cat bask in a sunbeam or play with a toy can remind you to slow down and find joy in the present moment. The Pope also emphasized the healing power of touch and physical affection. When you pet your cat, you're not just showing love to your pet, you're engaging in a mutual exchange of positive energy. This simple act can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even boost your immune system. From a spiritual perspective, it's a moment of connection with another of God's creatures, a reminder of the divine love that flows through all living things. Moreover, caring for a cat can be seen as a form of spiritual practice. The responsibility of feeding, cleaning, and caring for another living being can teach us about selflessness and compassion. It's a daily reminder of our role as stewards of God's creation. Pope John Paul II believed that animals, especially cats, could help us develop a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. By learning to interpret your cat's needs and moods, you're honing your ability to perceive and respond to the needs of others, including fellow humans. The Pope's teachings also suggest that cats can help us become more attuned to the spiritual realm. By observing your cat's reactions and behaviors, you might become more aware of the unseen energies and influences in your environment. This heightened awareness can lead to a richer spiritual life and a deeper connection with the divine. Remember, too, that cats have been associated with qualities like independence, grace, and mystery. Embracing these qualities in your own life can lead to personal growth and spiritual development. Your cat can be a living reminder to stand firm in your beliefs, move through life with grace, and embrace the mysteries of faith. In times of prayer or meditation, consider inviting your cat to join you. Many people find that the presence of their cat enhances their spiritual practices, creating a sense of calm and focus. The rhythmic sound of your cat's purring can even serve as a focus point for meditation, much like a mantra. Ultimately, Pope John Paul II's insights invite us to see our relationship with cats as part of a larger spiritual tapestry. By recognizing and honoring the spiritual role of these amazing creatures, we open ourselves to new dimensions of faith, love, and understanding. As you continue to explore this spiritual connection with your cat, remember that every interaction, every moment of care and affection can be a sacred act. Your feline friend isn't just a pet, it's a companion on your spiritual journey, a silent guardian, and a living embodiment of divine love in your home. If you've come this far, it's because this topic makes sense to you. Don't miss the next videos. Subscribe to the channel now and continue this journey of spiritual discoveries. As we near the end of our exploration into Pope John Paul II's revelations about cats, it's time to reflect on how this knowledge can deepen our spiritual understanding and enrich our daily lives. The Pope's insights invite us to see the world through a lens of interconnectedness, where even our feline companions play a vital role in our spiritual journey. Think about your own experiences with cats. Have there been moments when your cat's presence brought you unexpected comfort or peace? Perhaps during a time of stress or sadness, your cat seemed to know exactly what you needed. These aren't mere coincidences, according to Pope John Paul II's teachings. They're glimpses into the spiritual role that cats play in our lives. Consider this. What if every purr, every gentle head bump, every time your cat chooses to curl up next to you is more than just an animal seeking attention or warmth? What if these are moments of spiritual connection, opportunities for healing and growth that we often overlook? The Pope's insights challenge us to look beyond the surface of our relationships with cats. They ask us to consider, how might our lives change if we approached our feline companions with the same reverence and attention we give to more traditional spiritual practices? For instance, when your cat stares intently at something you can't see, instead of dismissing it, what if you pause to consider what spiritual energies might be present? Or when your cat chooses to spend time with you when you're feeling down, what if you embrace that moment as a form of spiritual comfort and healing? Pope John Paul II's teachings also encourage us to think about the lessons we can learn from cats. Their independence reminds us of the importance of self-reliance in our spiritual journey. Their playfulness teaches us to find joy in simple things. Their ability to relax and be present in the moment shows us the value of mindfulness and stillness in our often hectic lives. Moreover, the Pope's revelations about cats invite us to expand our understanding of how the divine might work in our lives. If God can use these small, furry creatures as instruments of comfort, protection, and healing, what other unexpected ways might the divine be manifesting in our daily experiences? This perspective can transform even the most mundane interactions with our cats into moments of spiritual significance. Feeding your cat becomes an act of care for one of God's creatures. Watching your cat play becomes a celebration of the joy and wonder of creation. Even cleaning the litter box can be seen as an act of service and humility, reminding us of our role as stewards of the earth and its creatures. As we conclude this exploration, ask yourself, how has your perception of cats changed? Do you see your feline companion in a new light? And more importantly, how might this new understanding influence your spiritual path moving forward? Remember, spirituality isn't confined to churches or formal rituals. It can be found in the everyday moments of our lives, including in our relationships with the animals that share our homes and hearts. By recognizing the spiritual significance of cats, as Pope John Paul II did, we open ourselves to a richer, more nuanced understanding of our place in the divine order of things. So the next time your cat curls up on your lap, purring contentedly, take a moment to appreciate the spiritual connection you share. Who knows what insights and blessings might come from this deeper, more mindful relationship with your feline friend. As we come to the end of our journey exploring Pope John Paul II's profound insights about cats, let's take a moment to reflect on the deeper spiritual truths we've uncovered. We've learned that our feline companions may be much more than just pets. They could be spiritual guardians, silent protectors, and divine messengers in our lives. Think back to the moment you first welcomed a cat into your home. Did it feel like a random event, or was there perhaps a sense of something greater at work? Pope John Paul II believed that the arrival of a cat in someone's life was no accident. It was, in his view, a response to an unspoken spiritual need, a divine appointment orchestrated by a loving creator. This perspective invites us to see our world with new eyes. It challenges us to look beyond the physical and consider the spiritual undercurrents that shape our daily experiences. Your cat, with its mysterious gaze and enigmatic behavior, might be a living reminder of the unseen realms that surround us. Consider for a moment, how many times has your cat's presence brought you comfort in moments of distress? How often has its purr soothed your troubled mind, or its soft fur absorbed your tears? These aren't just acts of animal instinct, but potentially moments of spiritual intervention, where divine love reaches out to us through the medium of our feline friends. Pope John Paul II's teachings remind us that God's love and care can manifest in unexpected ways. The gentle paw on your cheek when you're sad, the insistent meow that wakes you from a nightmare, the calming presence during your prayers or meditation. These could all be moments where the spiritual and physical worlds intersect through your cat. But this knowledge comes with responsibility. If our cats are indeed spiritual beings entrusted to our care, how should this change the way we treat them? It calls us to approach our relationship with our feline companions with greater mindfulness, respect, and love. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for spiritual growth and connection. Moreover, this understanding invites us to expand our perception of spirituality itself. It reminds us that the divine isn't confined to grand cathedrals or sacred texts, but can be found in the quiet moments of our everyday lives, even in the soft purr of a contented cat. As you move forward from this video, I encourage you to observe your cat with new eyes. Notice its behaviors, its preferences, its reactions. Be open to the possibility that through your feline friend, you might be receiving spiritual guidance, protection, or healing. Allow yourself to wonder at the mysteries that your cat represents. The bridge between seen and unseen, the guardian of thresholds, the silent keeper of ancient wisdom. Remember, too, that this spiritual connection with your cat is a two-way street. Just as your cat may be there to support and guide you, you also have a responsibility to provide love, care, and respect in return. This mutual relationship can become a beautiful symbol of the interconnectedness of all creation, a daily reminder of our place in the grand tapestry of life. In closing, let Pope John Paul II's revelations about cats serve as an invitation to live more mindfully, to love more deeply, and to remain open to the possibility of the divine showing up in unexpected places. Let your cat be a constant reminder that there's more to this world than what meets the eye, that love and protection can come in surprising forms, and that sometimes the greatest spiritual truths can be learned from the smallest of creatures. So, the next time your cat locks eyes with you or chooses to curl up in your lap, pause for a moment. In that simple act of connection, you might just be experiencing a taste of the divine, a moment of spiritual communion facilitated by your feline friend. And in that moment, you might find yourself a little closer to understanding the great mysteries of love, life, and the interconnectedness of all things. As we wrap up this fascinating journey into the spiritual world of cats, I want to hear from you. Has this video changed the way you look at your feline companion? Perhaps you've had experiences that align with Pope John Paul II's insights, or maybe you're skeptical but intrigued. Whatever your thoughts, we want to know. Take a moment right now to share your experiences in the comments below. Have you ever felt that your cat was protecting you from something unseen? Or maybe you've noticed your cat behaving strangely during important moments in your life. Your stories could help others understand this spiritual connection better. If you found this video enlightening, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and family, especially those who have cats. You never know. This information could be exactly what someone needs to hear today. By sharing, you're not just spreading knowledge, you're potentially helping others discover a deeper, more meaningful relationship with their feline friends. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll be diving deeper into more spiritual topics like this one, exploring the hidden connections between our everyday lives and the divine. You won't want to miss out on these eye-opening discussions. Remember, our community here is all about growth, understanding, and mutual support. So don't be shy, engage with other viewers in the comments, share your thoughts, ask questions, and let's learn from each other's experiences. Lastly, if this video has sparked your interest in exploring more about the spiritual aspects of our relationships with animals, let us know in the comments. Your feedback helps us create content that truly resonates with you. Thank you for joining us on this spiritual journey. Until next time, may you and your feline companion continue to grow in love and understanding, always open to the wonders and mysteries that surround us every day.